I'm actually doing terrible. I'm gonna yeah, but I was like warm, oh, it's just a weird. How far is it? It feels super, like it's super far back.
We're going to try some arms core, 8 rounds in my Walther P38 and see if it works. I got the guys next to me, they're going to try the DPS in their guns and see if they have any issues in their guns. So I'm suspecting it's ammo. But
That fired pretty good.
yeah,
Didn't get any jams. Oh, it's still jammed with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. That almost does seem like a cleaning issue though. No, it could be the. I don't know how those work. But my 1911 was like a special chamber and like you can maybe that's just not. Yeah. I mean every gun has it, but my 1911.
Alright, one failure and the rest of it fired. So I don't know. I still suspect ammo because they just, however, they're running it in their gun and they haven't had a misfire yet. So, alright, I don't know. Don't know what's going on. And that was using the Pro Mag
This was sitting on top of this.
that I got the other day. And I've heard that Pro Mags are an issue, but I don't know. Don't know. Well, I don't know if I'm going to take the Walther to the gunsmith. I don't know. I got a original mag coming from Liberty Tree Collectors. I'll try that mag. And if that's not the issue, I'll have to take it to the gunsmith and see if we can figure it out. Well, hello everybody. You can see I have my Walther taken apart again. This time out, I had a P-mag, which everybody told me was junk. Well, that may or may not have been part of the problem. And this is a Walther P38 magazine, 9mm. This is the one that came with the firearm. It looks like it's a reproduction. but I can't say for sure. It looks too new to be old. I mean, it's probably made by Walther if I had to guess. So I bought a new magazine spring and put it in this one. And of course, you know, I had a new hammer spring put in, new recoil springs, and I still had misfires and an occasional failure to feed. So I took it to the gunsmith to get some advice, and he noticed that the firing pin was catching a little bit. You could feel it catch. So I went in and I took all the sharp corners off of the firing pin, and I still was feeling a little bit of a catch. So I pulled the safety lever out, and right here I could feel that there was a burr there. So I got the Dremel out and gently and carefully removed the burr and then semi-polished it, so there's no burr there anymore. It's not catching. So at least I don't think it is. I got something going on, right? No, there's nothing there. Okay. So I kind of polished that, because the firing pin, it goes in like this. Is that upside down? No, that's right. And this is the fire position. And when you go down like this, it's a safe position and it blocks it. But somehow or other, just maybe from years of use, there was a burr there, and there were burrs all in here, and this was swedged over a little bit. So I've taken all of that off, all the sharp edges off, and I got a new magazine, a new old magazine coming from Liberty Collectors that is a Walther mag, and I'll try it again. Thanks to YouTube, I learned how to take this apart, and it's not really all that hard. So I cleaned that all up, and that's all grease in there, just a light coat of grease in there. And I did not take the extractor apart. It's fine. I'm not messing with that. It's fine. At least I think it is. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it's fine. So that's the only thing I didn't take off of the slide was the extractor. So now I'm going to try and put it back together. One nice thing though is this detent right here. There's a little spring-loaded detent, and it's been swedged a little bit around here to keep that from coming out, which I think that's awesome. Makes it easier to take apart and not worrying about losing the spring. So I just popped it out. Should just pop right back in. So there we go. Now it's in. Okay, so that's in. And then the firing pin goes in. Look at that. You want that spring to be down in there. Be careful. Get that feed through the spring. Alright. And then this, hold on, gotta move that up. There we go. So this goes in here. It's got a shoulder on it, and then this little button right here, which actually fits in this little slide right here, I guess, because that's for a spring, the little pocket. So that goes right there. And you gotta push the firing pin in, so that'll drop in, and that's in. And then this, with a spring on it, it drops in. And that blocks your firing pin. If this is down all the way, it keeps the firing pin from going forward. And there's a little plunger on the back here, that's what it is. And when it's on the on the frame, that's pushed up, and it allows the firing pin to move. But when it's down, it won't go all the way. Keeps it from going all the way. All right. Now the part that's a real pain in the butt is this. It's the loaded chamber indicator, and you got to get this on here without screwing up the spring here. So that has to come up. And you want to get that spring over like that. Okay. And then what do I do with that spring? There it is. And the spring goes on. I'm not sure which end goes to the front. I don't know that it really matters. So you gotta screw that on. Okay, it's on. And then you have to get a spring back, and then this goes in there in the hole, and you can see this spring right here wants to. This is the problem. I've seen people do this, and it's just easy peasy. Right, I gotta get that over that spring. It's over, and then that goes in there, and that should drop down in there, and that's your loaded chamber indicator. You can see it sticking out there. So now what he was noticing was this: would you'd push it forward, and you would feel it catch. And I have to have that out so that it'll move. And I'm not really feeling it catch now. I've deburred everything. And maybe that's what the problem was, because it would fire and then it wouldn't fire. And I'd recock it and then it would fire and then it wouldn't fire. And you've probably seen that in the video. The failure to feed thing, I'm 99% sure it's a magazine issue. And everybody's been telling me these Pro Mags are junk. I don't have much experience with Pro Mags, I just have to take your word for it. I had already ordered this before I mentioned that I bought one. And everybody was giving me shit about it, about them being junk. Now this thing, this is your cover, and it goes in the slot right there, like that. And that holds your rear sight on. Your rear sight, does not there's no windage adjustment. That's what I'm looking for. So you push that down on there, and then this goes in, and you have to push back and down at the same time, and it's a real pain. Just gotta go all the way back. I've never been able to get this on. It's not easy to get on. Okay, that has to go down. That has to go in there. That has to go back and down. And I just by happenstance get it to go there. There it's in. And that's what holds everything in. Hopefully, I won't be able to tell till I get that on, because now that spring's under tension because it's underneath the rear sight. Hopefully that fixes the problem. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, well, I have it together now. Pull it back, and I'm going to push on the firing pin, and I don't feel any catching. It's very smooth. That will probably fix the white stripe. So you see, that's going to be another issue. We'll just have to wait and see. I got another, like I said, I got another magazine coming, and let's see what happens.